Thank you. An Evansville native is one of only 4 people in the world to receive a high honor from the military, an honor that he received for battling Mother Nature in order to rescue a critically ill member of the U.S. Navy.
I just happened to be in the wrong place at the right time.
Even though Lieutenant Commander Dan Schrader has flown many missions in his 21-year career with the U.S. Coast Guard, it's this one from last May he'll never forget.
It was a pretty harrowing experience.
Schrader was the aircraft commander, the pilot of that helicopter you see right there that is trying to land on the back of a Navy ship in the Pacific Ocean. His mission, to evacuate a very sick Navy serviceman from that ship and fly him to shore in Alaska. An important mission that quickly turned dangerous after he says he was given some inaccurate information about the weather.
As we were flying, the winds went from being 40 or 50 knots to upwards of gusts of 80.
To give you an idea just how intense that is, this flag, Schrader says, was damage-free on board that ship before his mission. The same winds he had to fly through ripped this flag apart. Schrader and his crew started out from their base in the Bering Sea, but once in the Pacific Ocean, they encountered blizzard conditions, and it only got worse from there. As they finally approached the ship, they were hit with hurricane-force gusts. It was Schrader's job to come up with a plan and to make a precision landing on the back of that moving ship that's being tossed around in the ocean.
I hovered off the back of them and waited for a lull in the waves. As we sat there and hovered, we could see the lulls were getting less and less frequent. The boat was just, the ship, this is nearly a 400-foot ship, and it's getting tossed around the seas pretty violently. So we started to get worried, but we continue to work the problem.
The mission was a success, and it's because of Schrader's dedication and skill that day that his unit nominated him for one of the Coast Guard's highest honors. Schrader says he trained for missions like this for several years in Pensacola, Florida. He says this one by far was the most intense.